Hey there, G's here, and welcome back to the Mega Man Zero Perfect runs. We've got a bit of a crisis on our hands this time. There's a giant enemy mechanoid approaching our base, and if we don't do something soon, we're all toast. So, we're gonna go around and destroy it from the back. For some reason, it's called Hittite Hottide, and as usual, we're the only hope as usual. No need to save data, I loaded from a save, and I don't need two of those. And we've taken the server back to the Reploid disposal facility, where we trashed Aztec Falcon. Interesting to note, aside from the intro stage and the final stages, every location in this game is connected. You can get from one stage to the other all on foot. And that means our resistance base really is at the other end of this place. And already, here's our boss. Arriving via airmail. I love that. There are 3 weak points on this thing, each with its own attack, and none with invincibility frames, thank goodness. A little nub on the end, there's a hatch on the top, watch out for the hatch. The nub on the end will retract into the machine, and drop a trio of mines to stall us. The hatch on the top will release a trio of bats to keep us occupied. And the ammo container looking thing beyond the hatch releases missiles to drive us away, or not drive us away, but deploys missiles to bats, keeping our distance, basically. Any TIE bats! I've already got the cyber off. Wow. Bats! Anytime you can fire on this guy without having to jump, take advantage of that. Everything that it releases comes out in sets of 3, and each thing takes 2 hits. The missiles, the mines, the bats, all of them. And it's already stalled me enough that I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. You don't have too much leeway using the Buster to destroy this thing. The bats take up more time than the others to safely get rid of, which is why I like to destroy that target first. When you're in here, the missiles don't do anything. The bat hatch is gone, that's good. I want it to keep using the missiles, not because the mines are any more difficult to avoid, but because when it releases them, the mine part can't be hit, and the mine nub, I think, has the most health out of all of this. You really don't want to have just the mine nub left, because then it's invulnerable half the time. This is more like it. You want this gone a little earlier than now, but it's okay. You want the missile hatch gone by the time it's done clawing through the rest of this block, because normally it falls apart when all 3 are gone. Uh-oh. But, okay. Its X-Attack is a pilot. It has health and is holding the thing together. It fires cages, throws bombs, fires normal shots. 10 seconds. Do no! Yes! Hittite Hottide is down in the nick of time. That was awesome. And we get a cyber elf. I can't believe that. Yeah, I earned that A rank that time. Real short stage, real fun stage. I love that fight. It's very unique, very cool. And with just the Buster, very, very close. Finally. as could be expected, there are outtakes. Also, a couple very short extras. So, go on ahead and move on to those, will ya? They're fun. Outtakes are fun. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy.
Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me yes, I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop.
Since I have a feeling this is how this practice run is going to end, let's see what happens when, this thing gets to the end. It'll start tearing away at that gate there, and when time runs out, the enemy has penetrated our defensive line and you can't advance the text any faster. Smoke is coming out of the mechanoid. Yep, this thing is an atom bomb ready to explode. That's a little bit grim. And then we lose. Now if you're a real wise guy, you can try to stop this thing from the front if you manage to find a way to get around it. Whoa. Just like that. It will work exactly as well as you expect it to. Zero is much softer than a rock wall. There are in fact 3 weak points for this guy, and each has its own attack that it can use. One of the weak points is this little nub on the back. For its attack, it will... Oh boy, here we go already. And there we go already. And that already too. Irrelevant, because they just keep hitting the ceiling for a while. The problem with... Ah man, the remaining 2 are why am I still talking? And thank goodness it doesn't have any invincibility. Each weak point has its own attack. What do I say to that? 3. The hatch on the top of the machine will open, and I got trapped between landmines because I was impatient, and released 3 bats at us. The little nub on the back is smarter than I am. He'll stay and hold this thing together. If you... Oh! Dang it, I didn't see those. I think I could have gotten it too. Just barely, but I... So tense, man. Yeah, I would have just barely gotten that. Oh, so close. This little nub on the back drops out a set of 3 mines. That hatch on the top releases a set of 3 bats, or glii, and the mines have explosion radiuses. Radii. I keep forgetting that. He has 3 weak points, each with their own attack. The little nub on the back likes to drop mines. The hatch on the top has never opened that quickly, my goodness. But I need to destroy it very quickly, because it's almost there, and since I'm at an A rank, it has a pilot holding it together now. It wouldn't otherwise. This guy has 3 things he can do, and you can tell once he emerges based on the weapons that he has. If it's a gun, he'll shoot a stream of things. If it's a cannon barrel, he'll shoot a thing that traps you. If it's nothing, he'll throw... Ugh! I bet that was close! Oh my... Oh... Don't attack. First we have the hatch on the top that can open up way too early. It also wastes the most time to avoid properly when you can't use the saber. Uh-oh. What do I do? Not that. The opportunities that you get to shoot it without having to jump for it. But what would you come from? Got a little nub on the back. But who cares? Why does that matter when there are bats to deal with? Ammo container looking thing on top, which will deploy missiles 2, never mind. They're not bad, so they don't matter. Anytime you can get shots in on the bat hatch with CL! Give us extra life. Give us 3 bats to fend off. And the little ammo stack beyond, I was too impatient, which will retract into the machine and deposit 3 landmines for, basically to slow us. Yeah, got hasty there. Good, because otherwise it's very hard to hit without it being open. And it just ran into the wall. I forgot that wall was there. This thing keeps doing 1 damage. There's a nub on the end, which will retract into the machine to drop landmines to keep us away. Uh-oh. Yeah, I couldn't really see that. Not like the mines are a threat right now when it's moving so slowly, but you want it to keep using the missiles anyway, because whenever it uses the mines, that... Are you serious? Huh. While we're on the topic of running out of time, these perfect runs were actually the first time I've run out of time on that giant mechanoid mission. Most of the time I just die instead. And I've never actually seen what happens when you run out of time on the training mission either, so let's show that off too. Kinda curious as to what happens. Ooh, a cutscene. Wait, is that it? Well, that's kinda lame. Gosh. Game over. You'd think we could just, like, storm their base at that point. Oh well. Oh boy, now things are really getting fun. And either because of that or how short each attempt was, I was kind of surprised to go back and see that I actually had quite a few outtakes on this one. Hittite Hottide gets a 4 out of 10, at least Buster only. I'm positive that the Z-Saber would make this much easier. With just the Buster though, you don't really have much leeway in how successful Hittite Hottide gets to be in stalling for time. Sure, it kept me away for quite a while with all those bats at the start of my winning run, but you'll have to realize that a big part of why that was the winning run was because during that whole tunnel area, I got tremendous luck with it keeping the mine nub out for me to shoot and just throwing missiles into the ceiling over and over. In a sense, this battle is kind of about overwhelming your eye for detail, because the bats are very good at distracting you, and the tell for when it's about to drop a mine out its patootie is very kind of subtle if you're not actually looking for it. You also have to pay a decent amount of attention to the terrain so that you don't get yourself caught between a mine and a spike pit, and then another mine while trying to get away from that. Stuff like that. You just have to take in everything on time. Reviewing my outtakes, several of them seem to be just from hastiness on my end, and normally I wouldn't count that towards a boss's difficulty, but in this case, the boss requires you to be speedy, almost hasty, because there were also several outtakes where I just didn't kill the boss in time, and lost. It's just kind of surprisingly tough to strike a good balance and keep myself from erring on the side of recklessness, without erring on the side of caution. That's the best way I can put it, and it's just fun. Like, I love this fight. I don't know why, but I just do. Especially when the bats are gone. The bats. If every stage, like even in the stages where there's no enemies present, of course, it's swarmed with bats. Anyway, I really enjoyed this stage, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll be looking forward to the next one right alongside me. Until next time, this has been Cheese. See ya later.